the name of the bank, but I will say that it rhymes with Els Argo. So I was 16 years old at the time, so this was 12 years ago. And I just opened my first checking account. And being new to the whole banking thing, I didn't know about fees that are associated with your account. But apparently there's a fee just to maintain your account, just to keep it open. If you have a checking account, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And so they charged this fee to my account. Just an $8 fee, not the end of the world, but there was a problem. I only had $5 in my account. I'm not a math genius, but I was in the negative, right? So I go down and ask my dad for a few bucks just so I can go deposit in my account just to make sure nothing else happens. Of course, something else happens. The bank charged an overdraft fee on top of the service charge fee, which caused my account to be overdrawn in the first place. Now I'm extremely frustrated. All right, grab the phone, call the bank, finally get on the phone with a human being. I skipped the little formalities and just start barking my orders. Like, look, you guys charge a service fee to my account, well, overdrew my account, and then you charge an overdraft fee on top of that. You need to get my money put back into my account, and you need to do it right now. Of course, she's arguing back and forth with me, and finally she has the nerve to tell me. She says, well, maybe you need to be more financially responsible. So not only is she not helping me resolve my issue, she feels compelled to give me financial advice. And you know what the worst part about that was? She had a point. But that's not the point. So finally I hang up the phone. Go to my living room and kind of relax, calm down, a little pumped up. And I start to think about something kind of funny. I thought about where I worked at the time, which was at Domino's Pizza. And I thought about what I would do when customers came yelling at me and screaming right off the bat. And it happened pretty often. But what I would do is I would immediately form this wall of resistance. In other words, I did everything that I could within policy to not help the customer. This little light bulb goes, ah, do you think maybe you're going about this the wrong way, Matt? Just maybe? And with that, I decided to give another shot. I grabbed the phone, called the bank again, and as it's ringing, I'm just hoping I get someone else besides the one I just talked to, otherwise it's going to be a long day. Luckily, I did get another representative, but before I started with my story this time, I decided to make a change. I decided to go, sad puppy dog route, instead of the madman that failed me just moments before. I started, hi, how you doing? Yeah, you guys charge this service fee to my account? Yeah, I didn't have the money at the time, and so it overdrew my account. Well, then you guys charge an overdraft fee on top of that. Yeah. Well, I don't have the money for this, so if there is anything you can do to help me out, anything at all, I would be extremely grateful. Bam! She gets everything reversed, everything put back into my account, and she even refunded the service charge fee, which caused this whole domino effect to begin with. It was like, la. I learned a very powerful lesson that day. Never bank with Wells Fargo. Wait, no, that's not the one. How being nice and friendly at a time when you may be frustrated or not thinking with a level head can actually be in your best interest. Dale Carnegie in his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, he said if you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. And I thought that quote really rang true to me in my experience that I share with you. You know, we're all human. We're all going to get mad. We're all going to get frustrated. It's called life, right? But imagine if in those situations we had a little bit of awareness. We're saying, you know what, if I yell and argue here, there's a good chance that I'm not going to get my problem resolved. And even if we get the end result that we wanted, we'll probably feel guilty for saying something we didn't want to say. What if, on the other hand, we talk to the other person like a human being, like a friend or a family member? We'd save face, we both get to save face, and we'd have a better chance of getting the outcome that we wanted. And if everyone in the world did this, I think the world would be a better place to live in. Do you agree? So I want to try one more time here to leave my message with you. And I want to do it in a way that's slightly different than how I started out here tonight, if you remember. So here goes. Perhaps the next time you find yourself in a similar situation where your first thought is to act hostile and frustrated, how about instead you try being friendly? At least at first. This is Toastmaster.